Merry Christmas. Hey, this is Todd. Welcome to the Thrive Singles Podcast. Whether you're single again or still single, stop hating being single and learn to thrive. And welcome to the Christmas edition of the Thrive Singles Podcast. Here it comes again. Christmas is here, and you're still single. Instead of just muddling through it and barely surviving another holiday season, this year, start learning to thrive. It's that time of year. 'Tis the season for romancing and coupling up. But I remember back when I was young, well, just barely, because it's been a few decades, but I do remember. Christmas was a time of fun, anticipation, basically the point around which the entire kid universe revolved. There may have been a few moments of greed, envy, or selfishness, but it was pretty much a time of innocence, excitement, and wonder. Then came puberty, and everything changed. Suddenly, Christmas became a time of unrealistic social and romantic expectations. Now, in my imagination, my holiday plans danced brilliantly like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. But in real life, they just sort of stumbled and staggered around aimlessly like zombies. It got better when I finally got married and had children. But then came the divorce. Suddenly, the holidays loomed ahead of me like horror days. Like the ones from my teen years, but even worse. They weren't just not dancing or wandering aimlessly like the undead. Instead, they were glaring at me menacingly like some movie villain brandishing a cattle prod. But then things changed again. And it's worth noting I didn't have to wait till I got remarried for things to change. Through a program called Divorce Care, I learned to cope with my new situation better. Through a course I believe was titled Surviving the Holidays, I learned to handle the holidays better. And through connecting with other singles in a singles group, I gained some understanding and I gained some support that helped me begin to thrive, even during the holidays. So if you're struggling during the holiday season, let me recommend a few things you can do that helped me not only survive, but thrive in the Christmas season. Number 1, become part of a group. Even with my introverted nature, that was the biggest thing I did to start thriving. I know there are a lot of dysfunctional single groups out there, but there are some really good ones too. It's kind of like dating. You might have to go through a few bad ones before you find the one you click with. But start with your home church. And if they don't have a good, healthy singles ministry, look around. Look at other church singles groups in your area. Or even look at ones you may have to travel a bit to participate in. Because it's worth driving a few miles to be part of a healthy, supportive group. Maybe later on you could be the one to start a group at your church after you've been in a good one for a while and learned how to thrive yourself. Or maybe you could just connect informally with a few healthy single friends in your area. Another important thing I did was to invest time and effort into learning how to be emotionally healthy. The programs I mentioned before and numerous books and courses helped me get my mind right. There are people out there who have been through divorces, been through holidays as singles. Some of them have come up with great, healthy ways of dealing with these things. Take time and learn from their experience. One of the smart things I did after my divorce was to remain in my church's music ministry. As I mentioned earlier, being part of a group is really helpful. But being part of a group that focuses on a common cause is even better. So join a ministry team at your church. Go help out a food bank. Tutor kids after school. There are so many ways you can help other people. And while you're doing that, you take your eyes off of your struggles and you focus on other people for a while. Of course, one of the best things you can do to thrive during the holidays is to remember that someone loves you so much that he took on human form and experienced life as one of us. He knows what it's like to suffer betrayal and loneliness. He even knows what it's like to be a long-term single. to truly thrive, put some holy in your holiday. Put Christ in your Christmas. One word of caution. Be careful about the groups you attend, the books you read, and the programs and causes you participate in. They are not all created equal. Make sure you don't get involved with classes or groups that tend to sit around and commiserate about how terrible single life is and how bad every person of the opposite sex is. Because those will help you. They'll help you go from bad to worse. To thrive during the holidays, seek out positive, uplifting, healthy friends and groups to be a part of. One other word of caution. Don't let a few bad experiences discourage you from finding a good group to hang around with. Like I said before, it's like dating. You may have a few bad experiences before you strike gold. But I promise you, it'll be worth the effort. When you find the right people to hang around with, it makes all the difference in the world. If you find a good group, you'll thrive, because you'll help each other through all the crazy ups and downs of single life, especially during the holidays. So make this year different. If the holidays have been a rough time for you, try something different. Join a group. Take a class. Read some books. Help some people. Learn to thrive this year. And if you missed it, go to thrivesingles.com. See my post from last year's holidays called Halting Holiday Blues. That was a pretty good one and very useful. So, till next week, Merry Christmas, and thrive on. I hope you enjoyed this week's podcast. See you next week. Till then, be sure to subscribe and go check out my extensive archive of past posts at thrivesingles.com. And thrive on.
Whoa, thrive. Yeah, come alive. There's more to life. You gotta grow, you gotta thrive. Whoa, whoa, you gotta thrive. There's more to life than to just survive. You gotta grow, you gotta thrive.